Little people, big world's Tori Roloff shares stunning photos with kids, and fans are saying the same thing. Dear loves, welcome to USA Drama. Please do subscribe my YouTube channel. Little people, big world star Tori Roloff recently shared stunning photos with two of her kids, leaving many fans saying the same thing in the comments. On April 24, the mom of three took to Instagram with a carousel of pictures from a tulip festival. Tori visited the gorgeous fields with her daughter, Lila, 5, her younger son, Josiah, who turns 3 later this month, and her sister-in-law, Isabel Roloff, Zach Roloff's brother Jacob's wife. In the featured image, Tori donned the aforementioned denim romper while standing with Lila and Josiah in a field of pink, yellow, and orange tulips. The second shot showed Tori and Isabel rocking matching denim looks with colorful flowers as a backdrop. Other snaps showed the kids frolicking near the fields and driving a John Deere tractor. Additionally, Tori noted in the comments that her oldest child, son Jackson, was at school during their trip because he opted out of going this year. In the comments, fans praised Tori for the phenomenal photographs. Another shared, "Always amazing photographs." As someone else declared. Fellow TLC alum and former Counting On star Jill Duggar commented, "So cute. These are all great pics." Meanwhile, Tori's sister-in-law, Audrey Roloff, Zach's twin brother Jeremy's wife, lamented, "Okay, you guys look so cute, I'm so bummed I missed this." Other commenters couldn't help but point out how much Lila and Josiah resemble another member of the Roloff family, Zach's mother, Amy Roloff. "OMG. I see Amy in those too," one Instagram user insisted. "Lila is a mini Amy," another shared as someone else echoed, "OMG, she gets the hand on her hip from Grandma Amy, so cute." Yet another wrote in Spanish, "Ella es idéntica a su abuela Amy," which translated to English read, "She looks just like her Grandma Amy." Long before the Roloffs graced screens on TLC's Little People, Big World in 2006, the famous reality TV family suffered a tragedy. Matt Roloff, the patriarch of the Oregon family, prematurely said goodbye to his younger brother Josh in a heartbreaking loss, Radar Online revealed in 2016. Matt, one of the family members who was born with dwarfism, talked about the tragedy in the 2007 book, Little People, Big Values. Josh was born 2 years after Matt and faced a complicated birth just like his big brother. Matt suffers from dystrophic dwarfism, which affects his leg, arm, shoulder, hip, and knee. Josh, however, was born with an obstruction that affected his heart and lungs. It would ultimately lead to his untimely death at 34 years old. A great son, brother, uncle, and friend who was with us in this life for far too short a time, the family said in a statement when Josh died in 1999, per Radar Online. "We all miss you and think of you every day, and we look forward to being reunited with you one day in the presence of our Lord." Matt continued to discuss his younger brother in another book, Tall Odds, being a David in a Goliath world, which was cited in a 2017 article by Radar Online. Doctors didn't expect Josh to make it out of the hospital alive, let alone live until he was 34 years old. Not long after the delivery, the doctors diagnosed Josh as having severe heart and lung problems they thought would probably take his life before he was a day old, Matt penned in his book. 2 weeks later, and just before Christmas in 1964, Josh went home to be with his family. Josh underwent several surgeries throughout his life before doctors discovered his condition could not be fixed. He's had many close calls with death, and Mom has had to resuscitate him more times than she cares to remember, Matt recalled about his brother. Many times Josh's heart and lungs have simply stopped functioning on their own, and on other occasions, he's had seizures that would have taken his life had someone not been there to help him. The family has changed since Little People, Big World first debuted in 2006, but they're continuing with the show. Season 22, slated to premiere on May 11, 2021, will focus on Matt running the family's Oregon farm during the coronavirus pandemic and without the help of Amy, as noted by Oregon Live. The couple is now officially divorced and both have moved on with other partners. This season is going to focus on Amy's engagement to fiancé Chris Merrick and planning their wedding on the farm with Matt's help. Another big storyline revolves around Zach, who now has a family of his own, and whether he wants to help his father run the farm. Zach now has 2 children of his own who may need to undergo corrective surgeries, just as he, his father, and his uncle did as children. Watch season 22 of Little People, Big World when it airs Tuesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on TLC to find out what happens next. Amy Roloff, star of the TLC reality series Little People, Big World. Ex-husband Matt Roloff, twin brothers Jeremy and Zachary, Molly and Jacob. Although Amy and Matt are no longer together, the two remain amicable, and the show now follows both of their separate lives as they navigate their new relationships, spend time with their children, continue to and run their business. Molly and Jacob have left the LPBW, and Jeremy followed shortly after. Zachary and his family still appear on the show, but the others decided to raise their families without cameras filming their every move. Here's what you need to know about Amy Roloff's family. Amy and Matt Roloff finalized their divorce in May 2016, and have since both moved on with other people. Amy is still happily dating Chris Mallek, who you can read more about later in this article, while Matt is currently dating farm manager Karen Chandler, who continues to work alongside Matt and his ex-wife. According to Distractify, the pair were married for nearly 30 years when they made the announcement that they would be splitting up. After 27 years of marriage, it is with great sadness that we have come to the difficult decision to file for divorce. We are proud of what we have accomplished together, including raising our 4 wonderful children, who have grown to become remarkable adults, and building our strong and ongoing successful businesses, the statement read. Our kids and our ever-growing family, and the love and support we have for them, will be our priority. We will continue to work together side by side in the daily responsibilities for our many current ventures. We would like to thank our family, friends, and all our fans for their continued support and understanding during this difficult time. Molly is the most private of the Roloff kids, and she and husband Joel Silvius live pretty far from the rest of the Roloffs, often in Spokane, Washington with her husband. She tends to keep to herself, keeps her social media pages private, and rarely appears on the show. Her parents gush about her frequently on LPBW, exclaiming how proud they are of the woman she's become. Jeremy Roloff, the twin brother of Zachary, is married and shares a daughter with his wife Audrey. The couple co-wrote and released a book titled A Love Letter Life and are currently doing a book tour around the country to promote the book, which they have dedicated to their daughter, Ember Jean. Jeremy and Audrey also have a website called Beating 50%, in which they offer advice for married couples. The twins are the oldest of the Roloff children, followed by Molly and Jacob. Jacob Roloff, the youngest of the Roloff children, is engaged to be married to his longtime girlfriend, Isabel Sophia, and plan to marry later this year. Jacob actually left LPBW several years ago after disagreements over how the show was produced forced him to re-evaluate his health and happiness, and he decided to quit. Producers have to try to get us to follow the talking points. For me, noticing how the agenda of the crew doesn't work well with the health and happiness of our family is what made me decide quite a while ago that I could not be a part of it as soon as I was able, he wrote in a lengthy Instagram post back in 2016. He continued, claiming the producers had their own agenda for how the show was filmed. The primary objective I have felt and observed over the years of the crew is to preserve their job and preserve the ratings, which is up to you to be right or wrong for me. Noticing how the agenda of the crew doesn't work well with the health and happiness of our family is what made me decide quite a while ago that I would not be a part of it as soon as I was able. Zachary Roloff, who usually goes by Zach and is the twin brother to Jeremy, was the only Roloff child born with achondroplasia. Zach stands at 4 feet 4 inches tall. His son Jackson was also born with dwarfism. He is married to Victoria Tori Patton. The couple tied the knot in July 2015, and 2 years later, welcomed Jackson into the world. The family are very prevalent on LPBW and often share updates about their lives and family on social media with fans. They are the only one of the Roloff children who have not left the show yet. Amy has been dating boyfriend Chris Malek for several years now, and they appear to be going strong. Amy seems to be head over heels for the man as they head into their 3-year anniversary, and often posts pictures on her Instagram page of the two out on the motorcycle, camping, sitting around a fire, or just spending time outdoors. They started dating after meeting at a singles painting party, shortly after Amy and Matt separated. Although they didn't speak much that first night, they reconnected a few weeks later when Chris asked Amy out on their first date, which involved taking a ride on his motorcycle. Amy was more than happy to accept, and the rest is history. "I could have talked for hours, and he just said so much. I could have been on this bike ride for hours," she noted in the Little People, Big World episode. And she also added, "I want to get to know him. I find him attractive, I find him interesting, and I would hope that, maybe he finds, that in me a little bit." Tori, 33, shares 3 children: Jackson, 7, Lila, 4, and Josiah, 2, with her husband, Zach Roloff, 34. Tori took to her Instagram story on Monday to update how Lila was doing after a little accident in the pool yesterday. "When it rains, it pours," Tori captioned a photo of Lila smiling while wearing a butterfly bandage above her left eye. Tori then explained what happened for Lila to sport such an injury. "Lila had a little accident in the pool yesterday," she wrote alongside a photo of a bandaged Lila in a floral one-piece swimsuit, eating sun chips on a sun lounger. "I'm so glad she's okay. She split her eye pretty good, but luckily stitches weren't needed, but I think she's going to have a solid scar." She continued, "So grateful for friends that helped keep me calm and got her chips, which immediately calmed her down. There was a lot of blood, but they kept me calm to be able to manage it all." Tori Roloff shares daughter Lila's pool injury. Tori Roloff /Instagram. "Thankfully, Lila seems to be doing just fine. The accident comes not long after Lila underwent surgery to have her tonsils and adenoids removed. The operation was meant to improve the quality of her sleep after she was diagnosed with a moderate form of sleep apnea, following a sleep study. Last month, Tori and Zach, who began dating in 2011 and wed in 2015, also revealed that their youngest underwent the same sleep study to determine if he has sleep apnea, and he was a rock star. On Monday, Tori also posted an update on how Josiah is doing. "Josiah is honestly rocking the healing game, and we just keep praying it continues to go smoothly," Tori wrote alongside a cute photo of her son. "Thank you for your continued prayers and sweet notes." Tori Roloff shares a photo of her youngest son, Josiah. Tori Roloff /Instagram. Like Zach, all 3 children have achondroplasia dwarfism. The young family has experienced a range of health issues, from Zach's brain surgery to Jackson's leg surgery, all of which were documented during their time on Little People, Big World. Tori and Zach left the TLC reality series, which Zach has been a part of since 2006, after 25 seasons in April.